we got the call from Louis Allison down south that there were sardines behind the back line. Some of them came into holes. There was a bit of fish with them. We ran over the dune. There were definitely sardine in the gutter. There was sardine over the back. And as we got over the top of the dune, Bradley Simpson had a look and he saw two big sharks rolling in between the sardines. Sardines were scattering in all directions, so that's the first bit of shark activity we've seen up until then. So obviously I was very excited because I was hoping to catch a nice big shark. Down by us in the Eastern Cape there's no shark in winter, so it was a great opportunity to test my tackle on these fast-moving fish here in the Sardine Run. So yeah, I knew I was in with a chance. Unfortunately there was no shark in the shore dump, so you couldn't pitch baits at them, but every now and again there was one coming out in between the sardine over the back. There was a bit of shark activity in between a reefy area there, and yeah, I wasn't sure whether I'll be able to land the fish there or whether I'd get the bite, but it was the only place that I could see where I had a chance. I built a bait. Like I said, I had to throw quite far because the shoal was quite far out. There was a little sandy area in between the reef, waded out, and I threw just short of the shoal. I didn't actually get enough distance, but I knew I was close and close and thereabouts. Saw one or two more big sharks coming up in between the sardines, and about 10 minutes later all hell broke loose. I was still fighting my fish there off the point. Wes obviously saw that I hooked a decent sized shark. Wesley saw him quickly running back to the bag there. Wesley is a very sharp angler. He quickly changed his tackle and he threw in a nice big shark bait about 200-300 meters to the right of me. And it wasn't long and Wesley was onto a good fish on the shark bait to the right of me as well.
When the fish went away, my first instinct was to hold on as tight as I could. And within a few seconds, I kind of realized that it wasn't a giant shark, but it had like a weird head nod. And I've got a 100-pound, I've got a heavy tackle on. I'm going to pull as hard as I can and make sure that I land this fish.
Open up to me. Don't give up so easily. Don't leave me. Hey. Don't leave me hanging on. Hanging
furious stuff here. The guys were jigging and dropping in the hole, and I saw a few shark chasers. Made a big bait. The sardines were far out. I didn't manage to eat the shell, it was just short. But a bit of patience, I eventually got the full. There's quite a few reef around, so you can see. I've worked the fish to a little deeper gully here. Got a 100-pound top shot, so I know my gear is right. The Berkeley X9, 100 pounds. I think it breaks at like 150. So I'm basically trying to keep the fish on my top shot, yeah? Easier said than done. The fish is about 50 meters on the back of the back bank there, just behind the back bank. So I just need to keep my eyes on the reef, so I might have to do a runner soon to that point to the left.
One thing about these sort of events like the Sardine Run is that I really always take my hats off to the cameraman. At this stage, two of us are on with the fish. We've had a couple quiet days. Finally, we're into the action, and two of us are on, and now we're trying to get as much footage as we can over this little bit of time. So Gerhard's on with a really nice spinner shark, with Gerhard fighting the fish on the other side. Unfortunately, the camera wasn't there for a little bit of the fight, but managed to get the end bit and a beautiful release. And what a lekker fish to catch, and always just brings back that thought in your mind on you never know what you're going to catch in the side run.
Prodigal caught the shark bait. He didn't have much chance, but he made me tired. Look at that beautiful fish. Let's get it back in the water. Try and catch something else. Like a stroke.
So the area that we ended up on, there was a nice beautiful beach. Started with the rocks, and then there was these quite nasty rocky outcrops, and basically what happened was that you had to kind of follow the shoal of sards to get a bite, and what Gerhard did with his fish was he managed to get around onto a little point at a few rocky areas with a beautiful rip going out, but this gave him a lot of effort on trying to now pull this fish with 100-pound in between all of these rocks, with that heavy tackle pulling it so hard, for one, the fish came in pretty green. For two, took a bit of a toll. It does take a toll on your body when you're doing that, but managed to work it through. And I think without the 100-pound, that fish might have been very, very difficult to land. But someone like Gerhard that's caught fish all over the coast knows the importance of having the right tackle, and he put it to the best possible use that he could.
Something that I find extremely exciting with a sardine run is, I mean, there's only one bait to use, obviously, and it is a sardine, and you can just absolutely catch anything on a sardine bait this time of the year. It's like opening a lucky packet. You don't know what you're going to get next, you know. So yeah, that makes for very exciting angling. it's not as finicky as what it is most of the year. As long as you've got that sardine bait on, you've got a chance to catch anything at any time, and that's, I mean, you don't get that often. I can't think of any other place where or any other time of the year where you can just go fishing with sardine and you don't need to pack any other bait in your box, and you can generally catch from 500 gram shad to a 300 kilogram shark and everything in between. Yeah, that's just mind-blowing.